Field runs northwest to southeast, and the wind is blowing 29 to 36 miles an hour down the field from the northwest, at the moment favoring the Calgary Stampeders. And Robinson's kick, well, it's a single point. It's wide again. And it's now 2-0 for the Calgary Stampeders over the Saskatchewan Roiughriders.
And the pattern has changed somewhat in this game over the first two. In the first two, Saskatchewan dominated play in the first 10 minutes of the game. And here in this game, of course, Calgary has had great field position, and because of the two fumbles, they may have taken the early lead. It's interesting to note some of the footwear that the players are using. It's, well, various types. Some are using that Puma shoe with a ripple sole, others the boot with a sponge sole. I guess to each his own.
Prior to the game, almost every player was out testing a variety of footwear. Excellent call by Gary Lang for a key first down. Alan Ford will now be kicking. He's standing back at the 28-yard line. Look out! Jim Cilia's gone! Jim Cilia all the way for a touchdown on that very short Alan Ford punt. What a play!
28, Jim Cilia.
Well, prior to the game, we were watching the punters out there, and the punts were only traveling from 5 to 15 yards. Alan Ford manages to get away a 21-yard punt against this wind, which is extremely good. He hits the ball reasonably low, however. Cilia finds an open hole between the Saskatchewan coverers. He makes a couple of good moves. The footing appears to have been with him. He gets away from Shaw, and Ralph Galloway has no chance of catching him. It's a 44-yard return for the first touchdown of this ball game.
Back to the live action. The convert attempt is good, and the Calgary Stampeders move in front. At the 8-minute mark of the first quarter, the score is Calgary 9 and Saskatchewan 0. 63 yards, the length of that punt return by Jim Cilia. Back to the kickoff action, and the Calgary Stampeders' Larry Robinson gets a good one away, taken by Bob Pierce. Pierce fights his way to the 30-yard line. Billy Roy was down to make the tackle.
Stop by 50, Billy Roy.
Eagle Keys always impassive and probably just a little frigid at that Saskatchewan bench. Standing down in that field prior to the game, everyone was remarking that it was going to be brutal on those punt return men who were looking into the wind and trying to catch that ball with the wind at 36 miles an hour and a wind chill factor of 36 below. 2nd and 7 for Saskatchewan. George Reed may have the first down with Joe Forzani making the tackle. There's the signal from referee Don Barker. It's a 9-0 ball game, 6:51 remaining in the first quarter. Frank, you've played in frozen fields. Landing on that turf must really be tough.
Oh, it's extremely difficult, particularly early in the football game until you really get things going. I think this is something you saw the Saskatchewan Roiughdriders gamble on 3rd down and 1. I think that's something we're going to see quite often this afternoon against this wind, because you just can't gain that much of an advantage by punting the football.
As a matter of fact, Frank, you were involved in a Grey Cup game in which the wind played quite a decisive role. That was the 65 game.
That's right, down in Toronto, I think the winds gusted up to 50 miles an hour that day, but of course we didn't have to contend with the bitter cold that they have out here this afternoon. The Edmonton-Winnipeg game, and I think it was 58 or 59, which was a night game, was the only game I can remember comparable to conditions like this.